What, you want to film me? Go away. I don't want to film you, scum. Go away, you've got nothing better to do, you fascists. All fascists are losers.
Say it loud, say it clear! 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 Say it loud, say it clear!
Moving away now. Oh, big man. Hard man.
Separate, come on, we're all adults, aren't we? Right, let's not get involved, right? Trying to get an answer. You walk down that way then, and this chap will walk this way. And then we'll separate. Still have to film. Can we just...
I don't know why they're on this side. They are the leaders of that group. They're the organisers of them.
But you're so big into it. Yeah, you are a big because you can't make friends. Bye-bye. Loser.
Fascist loser.
You're the shadow. I think you're right wing. Go over there, go on, fascist.
No idea who you're talking about. I haven't got a clue.
You been there?
No, I'm in between. I'm in the middle, independent.
So do you think black people can be English?
English?
Yeah.
British, yeah. British citizens, yeah.
They don't think that. They said English people can only be white.
There are extremes to every position. We've got extreme leftism, we've got extreme communism, all those red flags that are flying, all the trade unionism, which is fascism, all of the anti-free speech. No, I'm not supporting them. But you asked me what was wrong with that side.
What's the
cancellation and lack of free speech. The biggest evil possible.
In what way? What do you want to say that you can't say?
The ability that an education system talks in factual terms and gives people objectivity and meritocracy.
You've got an example of something that you can't say that you want to say, or something that's not taught.
Yes, there are lots of people that have been kicked out of schools, whether they are teachers or students, for questioning gender ideology.
Oh yeah, that's
but there's absolutely everything. If you questioned over the last couple of years anything to do with Ukraine, you were pretty much cancelled. If you question anything to do with Palestine, Israel, in particularly questioning the Palestine angle, you're cancelled. Not so much now that Trump's in. But
you mean if you support Palestine you get cancelled?
No, other way around.
You support Israel.
I didn't say who I supported. You asked me for examples.
Okay.
I'm giving you examples of the type of thing, right? But free speech is all about...
Well, you know what, if you support...
No, hang on.
Go on.
Right, you're speaking to me, I'm listening to you,
go on.
You're listening to me. Free speech allows you to understand where I come from and me to understand where you come from.
Totally.
That builds empathy from both of us, and that is the basis of a free society that can live in harmony and can accept other people have got different opinions.
Look, these guys can march as much as they want. I really couldn't.
Exactly.
What really upsets
Which
me
is also free.
is when they start saying, oh yeah, we want English people to be white, and things like that. That's what really brings to the basket. They can march all they want for their flag.
I mean,
really
the word English is an ethnicity.
Look, let's be honest. I bet most of the people in there.
I'm only 50% English. The other part of my ethnicity is from Spain.
Yeah.
Right? I'm British. I'm not 100% English.
No, of course.
Because English is a history. And that's how I see it.
I know, but half these guys probably can't.
Class white idiot with a Palestine flag. I'll tell you what, let's free Palestine from Hamas.
This is the type of emotionalism where somebody tries to attack instead of talking. I can accept there is a very good viewpoint from people who support Palestine, and there's a very good viewpoint from people who support Israel.
There's no good viewpoint for someone who supports it.
And that's where you're close. That's where you're close. You're completely close.
No. The reason. Okay.
Go on.
Okay.
What do you mean by occupying force? Where?
West Bank, Gaza. Okay, fine. You tell me this here.
No, answer.
Okay,
what do you
Gaza.
mean?
Gaza. Okay.
Only
fine.
Gaza.
Gaza, yeah.
You're not talking about from the river to the sea.
What about the river? Okay, you mean when Israel says it or when Palestine?
No,
say
when
it?
Palestine says it.
Which Palestine says it?
When the Manchester march comes along
okay, fine.
and they go end the occupation.
Yeah.
What they mean by occupation is the whole of Israel.
No.
They want the eradic. No, that's what they mean. I asked them last week. I have 5 different people.
Okay, do you know what that means to me?
Go on.
Where Israelis and Palestinians have the same rights.
They do in
They
Israel.
don't. No,
in
they
Israel,
don't.
they
Okay,
do.
why do the ones in Gaza? Okay, no, they don't actually.
Why don't the ones in Gaza?
Okay.
Because Gaza is independent.
It's not. Okay,
Gaza is an
why
independent
does Israel
country.
control everything? The airspace, what goes in, what comes out,
Because
who can
it's
leave, who can
unsafe.
come out.
Because it's unsafe. Why doesn't Egypt allow the Gazans in?
Because they'll never be allowed back in, then won't they? Back to Israel.
No, it's because they don't want the terrorists in.
No.
Yes. They've even told us that.
I was in Egypt last year. I know a lot of my family friends are fucking Egyptian. Everyone believes that once they get kicked out of Gaza, they think Israelis will let them back in.
They've been trying to get out.
No, they don't want to go.
No, they were all at the southern border trying to get out, and Egypt kept it completely shut.
Because they know once they go out, they'll never be allowed back in by Israel.
No.
Of course it is.
No, that is the first ever time I've heard that argument, and it is completely ridiculous.
No, it's not.
It is. These people, women and children, wanted to get out. Egypt didn't let them. Jordan won't take them. The West Bank doesn't like them.
West Bank, of course they can't go to the West Bank. How can they go from Gaza to the West Bank?
Because one's Hamas and one's Fatah, and they hate each other.
No, oh my God, mate! I wish you'd learn about this shit. You know what I mean?
I have.
No, you haven't.
Yeah.
No, you haven't.
They can't get into Jordan because Jordan won't have them. They can't get into Qatar. They can't get into any of the other Arab countries.
So you think they're all terrorists?
Hamas is a terrorist organisation.
Hamas is like 30,000 people strong. There's 2 million people.
No, Hamas support. Anyone who supports Hamas is classified as supporting terrorism. That's our law in this country.
I didn't say that. I said
that's our law in this country.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that all Palestinians terrorists.
If you think that there aren't Hamas people in nearly every family, every home, if there aren't Al-Quds military throughout in every family and every home, this lot were democratically elected. I'm saying it, democratically, they had a vote.
Yeah.
The people want Hamas. And the first part of their constitution is the eradication of Israel, which is genocide.
No, it's not actually. If you look, they wanted the 1948 borders. So there you go, you're wrong.
Eradication of Israel.
The 1948 borders, where it's a two-state solution. This is where you're fucking wrong, brother. You know what I mean? The Hamas Charter is revised. It was revised in 19-something, whatever it is. They want to go back to the 1948. They want to go back to the 1948 borders.
Hamas wasn't around in the 19th century, in the 20th century.
Oh my God! Wait, Hamas's charter originally said they want destruction of Israel. It's been revised and it said they want to go back to the 1948 borders.
I've not seen the revision.
That's because, well,
yeah. All right, I will have a look at that. I will accept
you
it.
can fact check it if you want.
No, I will accept it.
Yeah.
But I'll have to have a look at it to check
Fact
it.
check it, you know what I mean?
Because you're the first person that's ever said
Mate,
that.
it was brought up to Piers Morgan as well on his uncensored show numerous times.
Objectively, I will change my mind once I check that and I go, bang, he's right.
Yeah, no, you can fact check it.
So what does 1948 borders mean?
So basically, you know how the illegal settlements that keep being more and more built in the West Bank? Illegal settlements? Or you agree with that? You don't agree with that?
Well, I mean, that's a little bit. I'm talking about Gaza. You're now changing it to the West Bank.
Regardless, okay, fine. Hamas won the 1948 borders back. So
what does the 1948 borders mean?
So you don't know anything, do you?
No, I'm asking you to explain from your position.
I'll get the diagram.
Because early 1948 versus late 1948 may well be very different.
Transport 25-ton blocks, hundreds of miles, a truly staggering and breathtaking achievement.
In early 1948, the borders were, the whole lot was called Palestine because the colonialists of Britain called it Palestine in 1918 after taking it from the Ottoman Empire.
Lego-style system of joints. Far from being a race of primitive barbarians, like the history books love to portray, our ancestors were inventive, creative,
Sorry, 1947.
with achievements.
1947.
Yeah, sorry, I'm 1 year off or whatever.
What does 1947 mean? What's the name of the land?
Palestine UN partition plan. So it's whole Palestine. But then,
There
it
you
wasn't even
go.
called Israel then.
There
was
you
it?
go.
It wasn't even called Israel then.
Yeah,
Okay,
but it
before-
wasn't called Palestine before 1918.
Okay,
because it was part of the Ottoman Empire.
1946, how many Jews were living in Palestine, whatever it was called?
I don't know.
It was 8% Jewish.
Okay, I don't know.
Okay, how would you? Okay, so you know.
How many Muslim countries are there?
What does that got to do with it?
Well, there's only one Jewish country.
It wasn't a Jewish country. Though.
No, it always was. Depending on how far back you go.
Well, okay. Well, that's like saying this one.
Because you're wanting to go back in history. I'll go back in history further to biblical times.
Fine. This could be a Roman
It's
country
like-
then.
Yeah. Do you see what I mean? There's always an argument.
Okay.
There's always an argument.
There should be no state of Israel. It's the only
Okay,
country in the
so
world.
you
The
want-
only country in the world is based on faith. That anyone who's Jewish can go and live there. No Muslim can go. Anyone who's Jewish can go and move to Israel. Can move and live to Israel because they're
I don't
Jewish.
know what you're talking about.
You don't know that.
You don't know that, do you?
What? Yes, I know that.
Okay. But
I
there's
know
no
that.
other country in the world that allows you, if you're a Muslim, to go and live there. You go to UAE, you say you can't live there. So they should be like the rest of the countries.
You know that, right?
What?
He knows that,
What you on about?
admit to it.
What are you on about? You can't
Okay,
go and
okay,
live there.
Israel.
You can't go and live there.
If you say you're a Jew right now, you can go and live in Israel, right?
Yes.
And whatever.
Can't go and live in Iraq. Can't go and live in Egypt.
Why can't you?
Because they'll get the shit kicked out of them and they'll get
Okay.
dead.
There's Jews living to this day still in Iraq.
Very, 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 very
But
few.
they're not getting their head
Very
kicked off, are they?
few. Most of them, 800,000 people were kicked out of Muslim countries,
And where-
Arab
and where did
countries.
they go?
They were thrown to Israel.
No, they weren't thrown
The
to
Arab countries built Israel. I'll tell you that now. They threw all of the Jews out. They threw all of them
Okay,
out.
one question here. After Hitler did whatever he did, why didn't any of the Jews go to Europe? Why didn't any of the Europeans take them in?
Because
Because they
as a
hated
nation,
them. Because they hated them, right?
because as a nation, we did take them in.
You didn't. Why did they all go to Israel?
We've got loads of Jews here that were in the Nazi camps. There's a hell of a lot. We've got a massive
And
community in Leeds.
Yeah,
We've got a
I'm not
massive
talking about
community in
now. I'm
Leeds.
not talking about now. I'm talking about whenever it happened. And
Yeah.
just on that, yeah.
After the Second World War,
After the Second World War, what was the
there's a
first country
hell of a
they
lot.
chose to go to before Palestine? Was it Palestine or was it somewhere else?
I don't.
It wasn't. It was Argentina.
No, that's where the Nazis went.
No.
All of the Nazis went to Argentina.
No.
That's where they were safe.
No. Before they chose Palestine as a homeland, the Jewish people, after after all the Holocaust and stuff, was that the first country they chose or the second?
I don't know what you're saying, and I don't know where you're getting your stuff from, but it's a good claim.
It wasn't.
I'll look
Palestine
it up.
wasn't the first claim. Again, this is all brought up on Piers Morgan show, and he's an Israel supporter anyway.
Palestine then, the name of Palestine was full of Israelis at that time, and it has been all the way through from 1918. During the Ottoman Empire, there were probably Israelis there, or Jews there, should I say. There was all of the terrorism by the Jewish people against the British, all the way through the 1920s.
Many of the modern day local residents of the surrounding areas have had their own
Wait, look, to be honest,
and the results
Right, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to let you go. I'm really, really happy you chatted to me.
Okay.
I hope I've learned from your perspective.
to be honest,
I've
mate,
given my perspective.
I'm fasting, so I can't give you. My mind's not working
I
properly.
can see it from both sides. I can understand the argument. I
I
would
think the
just,
main thing you
I
should
would
know, the main
request.
thing you should know that
I would
most
request.
Muslims have nothing to do, no problem wrong with Jewish people at all. You do know that, right?
Most Muslims.
Yeah, no. It's only
only the extreme.
It's only the people.
It's only the extreme ones. The ones who follow the Quran.
I follow the Quran down to a T.
Then you must be a fundamentalist that hates Jews and wants to do something. Right then, so you're not a fundamentalist.
I love my religion to death.
You're not listening to your imam then, who is trying to teach you.
You don't even know who my imam is.
Oh, exactly.
So what you're saying, you're listening to your imam. You don't know who my imam is.
But I know a lot of imams.
No, you don't. How many imams do you know?
I know about 4 or 5.
From where?
From Dewsbury, from Bradford, from Leeds.
Okay, and what do they say? They say you can't be friends with Jews.
They say if you follow the Quran absolutely to the T, you are basically an Islamic fundamentalist. Because you must be. You have to be. Whereas,
okay,
what they...
Like an Islamic fundamentalist? Do I look like an Islamic fundamentalist?
No, you're chatting to me. That's the point. That's what I'm saying. I don't think you follow it to the T. I think you go, that's just shit. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to hide behind a tree and kill the infidels and kill the Jews. I'm not going to do it. Because you've taken on some different values, which is brilliant.
I think what you're referring to in the Quran, it says during the end of times, something along the lines of you see Jews look to kill him or something like that, right? Is that what you're referring to?
There's a lot that's in there. The imams, some imams are really working against that interpretation, but what they can't do is actually argue against the fundamentalists, because the fundamentalist interpretation is accurate from their interpretation.
Well, it depends how you interpret it.
Exactly. It's just like the Christian book. It's the same thing.
Like I said,
same thing. It's just like the Torah. That's brilliant. What's your name?
Mohammed.
Mohammed, I'm Mondi from Mondi Media on YouTube.
Okay.
I hope you can open your eyes to see the desires of the other side, rather than just be closed.
Like I said, I've got nothing
thank you very much for the chat. Thank you very much for the chat, Mohammed.
Yeah.
Have a good day. Thank you.
Take care. Adios.
Yeah. Adios.
Traditions and culture, cherish your nation, and never let anyone make you feel ashamed of your glorious heritage. Many evil vested interests are working hard.
So that was Mohammed.
To eradicate our...
We had a good conversation. I probably got some things wrong. He probably got some things wrong.
As hard as they can.
There's also stuff right, and from each side, it's like, great. Hopefully he's not so closed, because that's the important thing when you have dialogue and when you have free speech. People start understanding empathy, start understanding where the other side is coming from, where the other arguments come from, and it's very important.
It was the British Empire, the nations of Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and even the United States of America were founded and built by the British people, an achievement unparalleled in all of human history. It was Britain that spearheaded the Industrial Revolution and paved the way for modern civilization. British inventors, scientists and engineers literally built the modern world. Our ancestors are looking down on us from above, urging us to preserve the nation that they died in their millions to defend. Our ancestors are proud of us, the Spitfire pilots, the Tommies in the trenches, the Redcoats and explorers of the 1800s, the pioneers of the British Empire, the sailors that defeated the Spanish Armada, the brave souls that manned the chariots of the revolt against the Romans, all the way back to Cheddar Man. Our ancestors are proud of us. Let's be proud of them and make sure our children are too.
It's fine. Okay. I can fly with another drone in the air.
I'll let him know.
It's not against legislation.
I understand that, but I need to let him know.
Let him know, yeah, but I'm going to take him.
So the drone is going up.
It'll take it up 20 metres anyway, just to get a photo, isn't it?
Our amazing history. How many people were surprised at the contents of that? You can see just how great our ancestors were. What a great nation Britain truly is. So, we've got someone who's flown in all the way from Washington DC via Tennessee. Not Trump, no. Trump has promised to come to our next one. He's given me his word. And the reason he's given me his word is because, well, we were Britain first long before he was America first. And it's only when I threatened to sue him for copyright infringement that he said he'll come to one of our rallies. So we're holding to that. And he has always been
on the phone
a supporter of Britain first. So please welcome
drone
Pastor
command.
Greg Locke.
The drone is probably less than 20 meters.
To be here this afternoon to speak to you from my heart. And I want to say that
they're happy.
Some of you, it
they're
may seem
happy.
unusual that an American pastor from the state of Tennessee would come to a Britain First rally. But as I see all of these flags and all of this patriotism, it does my heart as a Christian leader well, because as you well know, as the media has so that patriotism in America, up until the time of Donald Trump, was just about dead and just about gone. And in 2015,
Drone's perfectly fine.
I took a stand against radical Islam
Police are
in
watching.
the United States.
Police are watching.
I began to warn
She's
the
happy
clergy.
with it.
I began to warn
DP's
the
happy
priests.
with
I
it.
began to warn the pastors and the churches of America that we were going to
And he
have
wasn't-
a radical
he wasn't knocked
invasion,
over by a
and that
police
they
van.
were going to use politics and racism
Street
to
orchestra
silence
around.
us. And I began to speak out, and we became extraordinarily controversial in the United States. I wasn't trying to be controversial. I wasn't trying to be a jerk, but I knew that if a pastor did not stand, and if the church did not push back, we were going to lose all of our liberties and all of our freedoms. And so I began to stand. The news media came to our church.
Drone down.
They said that this is the most controversial pastor in America. That happened for a few years. Our church began to grow. Then a few years later, the news media came back, CNN and Fox News and the Wall Street Journal and the New York Times. And they went from saying that I was the
Let's
most
go see where Street Orc is going.
to then
Have his back.
I was the most hated pastor in America. I didn't quite know how to feel about that, but it wasn't going to stop me. I don't get my feelings hurt very easy, so I just dug my heels in. And I continued to preach, and our church continued to grow, and our influence continued to get larger and larger. And then in 20...
Is that a police station up there?
I think they're just parking the vans and probably unpacking them, but
Maybe.
I don't know how many marching on further. Or is this the
I don't know. I don't know. But there's only little straggly amounts of the
weird, isn't it?
counter
He was
protesters.
getting that fat bloke giving Mark some grief. I think he was trying to make him.
Is he still around, the fat bloke?
I was over there last time I saw him, but I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
And so I stood in our pulpit, Global Vision Bible Church, when the pandemic started, and I said, listen, we will not.
He's definitely an American pastor, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it reminds me of the ones, what's his name, Kenny Everett did. That's all I hear is Kenny.
Kenny Everett.
Yeah, doing the pastor there.
All right.
That's it, yeah.
Next to me then.
So it looks like this slot were held back for a while, and now they've been allowed to walk down to put their point of view across. They're not being allowed to come up the street to actually directly confront the other march. Or are they? Oh. Very unclear to me. Very unclear to me. So what is going on here? What is going on here?
Sorry, I just need to speak for myself.
Sorry, mate.
I think they might find that the other side's going to come as well. And they're starting to move. And very soon we're going to end up with a load of them coming through. Are you ready, guys? Are you ready? Come down with them? No. Oh.
Walk around outside.
Okay. Well, there's plenty of bobbies around, I'll put that way.
I would observe from either that edge or that edge. Don't go through. Go in the middle with the press.
Let's go to the end.
The majority of Britain First are still unaware of what's going on here, by the looks of it. We have a small cohort of British First. I don't really know what they're doing because, like, the rest of the group is just up there doing their thing. He's had a fair few taps. Probably a few too many.
Go!
It does make me start wondering, what is the point?
What's the aim?
I don't know, because this lot, most of this lot don't even know that they're here. They're listening to their speeches, and they haven't got the faintest idea that these people are here. I've no idea what's going on here now. I think they're going for a coffee break.
On here, I've fallen over twice. It's ever so embarrassing.
Thanks for that.
Right down that ditch as well. I was like, oh great, there's nobody here to watch me.
I'm sure one of us got you on
More than likely, yeah. If not you, one of my colleagues will have done, definitely.
That's it, it's your round at the station when you get back, isn't it?
Happy cakes.
So just like before, there's a lot of shouting, a lot of chanting, a lot of songs down this side. They've got their speeches going on up on this side, and most of this lot don't know that they're here by the sounds of it. And Foxy over here is he's very, very upset with World.
Hey, you're acting big in front of old Bill. Let's go round the corner. Huh? Acting big in front of old Bill. Hey, Dog, you know what happens. you know what happens, so don't come up at me. You know what happened, mate.
I'm just saying,
He started on me.
just don't rise to him then.
Mate, he started on me, and I'm not allowed to say shit back. Because he started on me, he came up and said, come on, you two. That's bullshit, mate, you know it. You know it. Yeah, you're still allowing him to do what they want, yeah? But I'm not allowed to retaliate.
Ignore him. Just ignore him. Okay?
Buddy's gone back to his group. He wasn't very happy, he was giving grief, he's had his say and he's just gone back. Good on him. Fair enough. You got yourself sorted now, mate?
Nah, I was doing 2K police in the keyboard.
Who was it?
Oh, one of the lefties, one of the main ringleaders. We met before in London. But these old girls in the
Was he over on this side?
Nah, it wasn't that side. I'm not a fucking lefty.
No, was he stood on this side?
Oh, yeah. That's what I mean. The old girl let him stand on this side to cause problems, but they'll put him back to his own fucking tribe.
It's not the guy with the broken fingers, is it?
Nah, it's his right hand man, one next to him.
Right.
He gives a lip every time old girl over here.
So the one with the broken fingers keeps calling me a prick.
No, he's the main geezer.
He's the main guy?
Yeah, he's the one who's organised all this. Now the one next to him in the other hat with the green coat, he's the one I'm kicking off with because he's like trying to give me lip. But old girl think it's okay for them to threaten me, but I'm not allowed to threaten no one back. This is why they antagonise with the old girls. So no, they won't want to fight, but they want you to get nicked. But I'd rather get nicked than get to punch in the fucking mouth, man, it feels better. Okay, we get our own justice.
So that Leicester guy with the white hat is
he's the one who organises everything, the one with the white cap. The one in the green cap is the one who thinks it's some God's gift to fucking everyone. Thing is though, I've seen him at other rallies and he acts the same every time. And all these do is protect them. Mate, if old Bill weren't here, they would get fucking slaughtered, mate. Slaughtered.
They're allowed to have their own opinion. It's called freedom of speech, isn't it? That's what we fight for.
But they antagonise it too much.
They don't want it. They don't want freedom of speech. They want everybody to
That's a real fascist.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's the point.
Don't hear racist transformers, do ya? No. But they act more racist than we do.
Totally.
How's that going, mate?
I'm Mason, by the way.
Hazel?
Mason.
British
Brotherhood.
Monday Media.
Yeah, I'm not part of Britain First, I'm part of British Brotherhood.
I don't know what British Brotherhood is. I don't really know what Britain First is. It's like...
Yeah, they're different.
Alright. Yeah.
How much longer this will go with now? It's going to be when they start running.
Yeah. That looks like either DP or Marty up in the sky.
Jobs are coming in public services. Good work first. Give a toss about any of that. Absolutely not. They're here to try to get the spoken mirrors for the ruling class. The spoken mirrors for the rich and powerful. If your life is getting worse, don't blame the rich person who's cutting it. Don't blame the rich person who's attacking, but blame someone you can see with a different skin colour.
That drone looks much bigger. Much bigger than Marty's or DP's.
Shut the fuck up!
Hey, turn around, you don't want it.
Nazi scum! Nazi scum! Nazi scum! Nazi scum! Who's streets? 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 Who's streets?
This is a very dangerous guy. You know, you got to be very careful with him.
Look at that dodgy character, the rest. Look at him. I think he's up to something suspicious.
He needs to get himself a cushion.
I
usually have a chair with me, but
he don't look like he could afford them cameras. I'd nick him. I'd be suspicious.
Yeah.
You got.
Obviously sponsored by some big flag seller on Amazon. Your national mobilisation still doesn't outnumber us. Say it loud, say it clear. Say it loud, say it clear. Say it loud, say it clear. Say it loud, say it clear.
He is well oiled. Absolutely well oiled. Just get him a mattress, he'll be happy. Yeah.
Let's take his beer.
No, don't take his beer.
Do World War III for me to take his beer. Are you live streaming?
Not live, just recording. Are you?
Live streaming.
On?
Just on TikTok.
Yeah.
I'm running 2 accounts on there at the minute. Promoting a lot of messages, peace, unity. I'm trying to highlight problems that's coming from the prison system to do with radicalisation of prisoners. We've got prisoners, especially in the dispersal system, that have
basically they've turned anti-establishment because of their criminal backgrounds, and they're then being radicalised in prison, you know. And it's like they need to stop letting other people's ideology rule them just because of their disdain for a system that's locked them up. Well, if they didn't do the crime, they won't be doing the time. So it's you know, and there's a lot of people that's falling into that trap, and they are being radicalised, unfortunately, turned against their own. And then that message is not just coming all through the system. And when you've got these long-term prisoners going to Cat B's and Cat C's, they're then relaying this message through others that's frustrated at the system, and they're trying to look for something to latch onto, and they're latching onto the wrong ideology of a cause. You know, we should all stand for freedom and unity. We're not looking for a Hitler rule. We're not looking, you know, we're here to unite. You know, we welcome people into the country. It's just when we're welcoming people into the country that are then turning on the country with extremism and radicalisation. You know, they're the sort of people. They're the sort of people we need to concentrate our time and resources on, vetting them and making sure they don't come into the country, or they put under proper supervision. You know.
I mean, there's a lot in there. There's a lot in there. And hey, we're all humans, and we're all. If somebody manages to trigger your emotions in exactly the right way and can persuade you or whatever, anyone can get caught up in any sort of area. But that also means they can get taken out of it with the right words and the right support. The right support. Yeah. So good on you. Keep it going.
Appreciate it. I'm just trying, you know. So I've been like going at it like this with social media and all of the platforms for the last couple of months, really. Yeah. And I'm just trying to get momentum, get built up, highlight to more and more people the problems, so we can all try and do a bit more stuff, something about it.
See, the thing is, until people start talking to each other, they just sit in their little groupthink communities, and they just develop more and more radicalism because of that groupthink, and I can see where that would happen much more strongly within a prison society, so to speak. But the more that we can have freedom of speech, the more that we can have the ability to talk to each other and develop an empathy across, not necessarily agreeing, because we don't agree with each other, you know, but understanding where somebody comes from and them understanding you leads to an openness that prevents that sort of ideology. And one of the brilliant things about freedom of speech that forces those discussions is no one gets everything. No. And you end up with a middle of the road society. But at the moment, are we turning to a society where we are heading towards the extremes? And it's a good question. I don't have the answer. I don't know. But for me, freedom of speech, allowing people to speak to each other and not being cancelled, you know, I think it's really important.
Yeah, definitely.
And it helps with countering ideologies and bringing people back to you can have an opinion. But don't be an extremist.
That's it, It's that extremism and radicalisation ideology. It comes from both sides. I mean, they're looking for like a totalitarian Britain, and it's never going to be a totalitarian Britain. You know, this side wants everyone welcome, and to be fair, everyone are welcome to the point where they've come from, their background and their history should be vetted a bit more, just to look into to see whether they come in here spreading a message of peace or a message of terror, you know, of radicalisation.
But I mean, I do get the feeling that anybody on that side believes that patriotism in any way is Nazism, and that's an extremist ideology. And that's got to be sorted, because until they do, you can't go around telling everybody that disagrees with you that they're a Nazi or a fascist.
You're wrong and they're right.
I mean, they've just got a different opinion. And this is where the extremes like this, to me, they're fun to video. But
well, you see, no, it's
they're all extremes to me.
Though. It's there needs to be that middle ground, that voice in the middle ground, that line in the middle ground where we could like speak to, like say I could go speak to them and then be able to go back and speak to them and then be able to get both sides of the picture sort of thing. Because I don't stand for no radicalisation, no terrorism, no extremism, you know. I stand for unity in the country and making this country flourish to be the best country it could be, you know. And that's the way we need to try and head. We need to try and, we've got a broken generation of young children that's growing up with that street mentality. Like, I call it generation Grand Theft Auto, you know. I grew up on a Sega Master System or a Nintendo, so I'm generation Super Mario and Sonic.
I call it the TikTok generation myself.
Yeah, I've only just found TikTok in the last couple of months. And
what's your handle on there?
Alif Razar Hamza and Shay Alif.
Say that slowly.
Alif, A-L-I-F, Razar, R-A-Z-A, H-U-M-Z-A, Hamza, or Shay Alif. The Shay incorporates my government name that I used to have, and
as in Che Guevara.
Yes,
C-H-E.
peaceful. Yeah.
He's a nice lad. He's doing some good work on TikTok, countering extremism.
TikTok's yeah, I was saying to Milo, I've never seen religious people start like this before. It's interesting, you know, like all the chaplains and stuff. It's quite
I've never seen the chaplains involved. They've got peace written on them. It's as if they're covering both sides and they're just going.
Oh yeah, they'll be new.
Just trying to get people out of extremism.
Yeah.
Both sides, get them out of extremism. Get them talking. Get freedom of speech.
He brought people to a car park in Nuneaton along with their Twitter stream. What a victory for you guys! It can only match because the police were here!
Have you seen when Martin moved down Yorkshire then?
They must be filming the speech.
They must be what?
Well, Martin must be up there. I'm guessing you know Yorkshire's gone back with them. Unless they've gone 1200, Mike thought. Yeah, they were nice.
And this guy here, the one that keeps calling us pricks.
But they're not nice people.
Yeah.
It's not left wing.
You really have a problem, don't you? How does he work out scum? Yeah, what's that about? What is that about? Why is he allowed to call me scum? I've never spoken to him.
I'm African. Racist person.
I don't know why they're allowed to be over on this side, considering they are the leaders of that group. Apparently.
So, as Paul touched on earlier, how we both met and how I became a part of Britain First, what he didn't tell you is, when we met Paul, he gave me a copy of his book. That's the first thing he does with most people. But I went away, I worked in a barber shop at the time, and between clients, I read through this book in 2 days. I was that gripped that it took me 2 days to read this book.
England till I die, I'm England till I die. No, I am, I'm sure I am, I'm England till I die. No, join us in the audience. In this short speech. As you all come forward, please. I'm asking the council you to get closer together because there are many options. I'm pretty sure they can hear us much more.
They're still here then?
Yeah, them two are definitely up to something. Nasty people.
They're horrible.
Yeah. Just watch your gear, I want you to surprise them if they don't get in the red.
Just got to stand right behind them.
What we've got there.
What, you want to film me? Go away. I don't want to film you, scum. Go away, you've got nothing better to do, you fascists. You loser. All fascists are losers.
Say it loud, say it clear. 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 Say it loud, say it clear.
Away now. Oh, big man. Hard man. Oh no, he's filming me.
Separate, come on, we're all adults, aren't we? Right, let's not get involved, right? Trying to get out right. You walk down that way then, and this chap will walk this way. And then we'll separate. Still have to film.
I'm left wing.
Can we just...
I don't know why they're on this side. They are the leaders of that group. They're the organisers of them.
But you're so bigoted. Yeah, you are a bigot because you call me fascist. Bye-bye. Alright. Loser. Fascist loser. You're the shadow of the right wing. I think you're right wing. Go over there, go on, fascist. Fascist.
Have you got a PhD, have you?
No, I've got a degree. I bet that's more than you've got. Yeah. You're big, aren't you? You mean I'm into free speech? Yeah, because you're a horrible little man. Oh, why is that threat? Is that all you can do? Turn to violence? I'm not violent.
So what is your role with this organisation?
Well, that's all you've got, isn't it?
Paul Golden is a punch of Nazi. 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 Say it loud, say it clear. Say it loud, say it clear. Say it loud, say it clear.
I think I made my point. I think you made your point.
Violent, that's all he turns to. He's a bigot.
Never spoken to us, never said a word, and all he does is call us pricks and fascists.
And he tried to threaten him. We're not like that. They think everyone, because they're so, they're violent.
Looks me up and down, goes fascist. Like, what? What?
No, he's a bigot. He's pretending to be left wing. No, he's not. He proved himself. Look at him, Mr. Violent. You see, he thinks, because he's violent, he thinks that he was shouting all the police there. I'm not violent like him, I'm not going to get in a fight. He's the violent type. Just proves it. Horrible man. But this is what my point was about Manchester. There were less people like that in Manchester who were wanting to... I was walking around Manchester, both sides. I didn't get any grief from either side. No. Well, he's just a nasty, nasty man who thinks everyone who's not him You see, the trouble is,
He never even asked us what we believe. He never. He's like, there's nothing there.
it's because deep down the thought sees God are probably more right than the most, but he's trying to fight them. And this is a way of doing. You know, like you've got guys.
He's totalitarian.
No, you know, like you've got guys in America who attack gay people, and it turns out they're gay themselves.
Yeah, projection. Yeah.
They think that they're fighting, they're angry because that's his own. Deep down, that's what he is, and that's the horrible man. And they don't like it that we're not nasty and we're neutral. They can't be. It's not in their concept. And they can't line me up.
So these two are the number one and the number two who stand up to racism, apparently. I've no idea why they're not in with their crew, but they are standing over on this side.
They're the most bigoted people I've ever met.
And they just go around calling everybody prick and fascist just by looking at them.
Yeah, hopefully when they go online, people see what they're really like.
Yeah. Look at his face. They'll cuddle up together tonight.
I'd honestly hate to have that much hatred in it.
I know. That's the point. If somebody has that much hatred inside, if somebody has that much hate,
and it's clearly not too bright, but because that's why it says I've got the extended microphone, we've all got degrees. Clearly left school with no education. They've just got nothing. Just look at him getting redder and redder because he's just full of hate and jealous. Jealous, horrible man. I mean, you see, this is the thing. They blame everyone else for their incompetence, which, guess what, that reminds you of? German socialists of 1930s. There's no difference.